March 22, 1897. The Supremo, trying to mediate the dispute between the two factions of the Katipunan in the province of Cavite, namely the Magdiwang, that was led by Mariano Alvarez, and Magdalo, that was led by Baldomero Aguinaldo. The Supremo agreed to join in a meeting that will resolve the fight for territory and logistics. The meeting was held at Friar's Estate House in Barrio Tejeros, San Francisco de Malabon, which is now General Trias, Cavite. Before any discussion began, Severino de las Alas immediately addressed the importance of discussing what will be the kind of government that will be used for our country. Andres Bonifacio replied that the Katipunan was very clear already as Republican in form. Before the election, the Supremo agreed to establish a new supreme government in condition that everyone will respect its result, no matter who won. The ballots were then distributed, and an hour later they counted it. As a result, Emilio Aguinaldo defeats Andres Bonifacio and Mariano Trias for president. Everyone then proceeded with an applause. Severino then suggested that since Bonifacio has the second most votes, he should become the vice president. After no one agreed nor denied his suggestion, they proceeded to vote for the vice president, where Mariano Trias won, defeating Alvarez and Bonifacio. Artemio Arcarte won the Captain General, which he protested, but later on disproved by everyone. For the Director of War, Emiliano de Dios, and for the Director of Interior, Andres Bonifacio. Daniel Tirona immediately protested and said that this position should only be given to those who have studied law, in which he suggested the lawyer Jose del Rosario. Bonifacio angrily spoke up and pointed his revolver towards Tirona, which promptly hides to the crowd. The Supremo announced that this election is therefore null and void. He then left, thus ending the assembly. On a letter that Andres Bonifacio sent to Emilio Jacinto on April 24, 1897, he wrote that he was cheated on the election. He stated that he heard rumors before the assembly that they should only be led by Caviteños only. In the memoir of Santiago Alvarez, he alleged that many ballots were already filled out before being distributed. In the presidential election, Bonifacio gathered more votes than Trias. How come Trias defeated Bonifacio for vice president? The Spaniards embed their regionalism towards the Filipino mindset to keep us from uniting, then outnumbering them. We cannot deny that the Caviteños' refusal to be led by someone from Manila is the result of Spanish influence. Also, due to Aguinaldo's consecutive victory in Cavite makes him more popular in Cavite, where the assembly and most of the registered voters came from. The nomination of Mariano Trias and Andres Bonifacio, that both came from Magdiwang, divides the party vote, while the Magdalo has only Aguinaldo to vote to. For the vice president, those who vote for Aguinaldo for president now voted for Trias, thus the reason why Trias won. Still, we should not forget that this assembly is in fact fueled by evil intentions and greed to power.